like to tell you a tale. It's a story about struggle, about finding yourself, about courage. It's a story about my brother. We knew from a young age that my brother was different. The doctor, my parents, we could all see that he was a different kind of child and he would have a different kind of life. He was born with challenges the rest of us will never have to face. So tell me what it was like for you, growing up as a child.
Well, I got a lot of stares. Not a lot of people knew how to relate to me. It was tough. I never got classified as a handicap. It was more as different, and that's a hard label to grow up with. When you're handicapped, people know it off the bat, and the tales are usually encouraging. For me, it was more or less a finger pointing and a lot of mocks and a lot of stares.
Tell me about the names.
Oh, there were all sorts of names. There was names like Spotty, Fat as a Cow, Bessie, just not very creative, but hurtful nonetheless.
Sure.
At that age, you have no way to deal with that kind of pain. You kind of keep it all inside. You let it out at sometimes inappropriate moments, but there's no way to learn to deal with that.
When other people are talking to you this way and they see you this way, did it shape who you were?
Well, I was pretty much shaped from the get-go, and that's kind of what I was dealing with, was my shape. As far as emotionally, it wasn't until later on that I learned to embrace that. As most people do in life with differences, you learn to work on those and embrace those later on.
Well, I mean, I think when I was born, it was just utter shock on everybody's part. I mean, how do you cope with something like that? Just to see your child come out with such, I don't like the word deformities, but differences. I think there were a lot of questions as to how I came to be this way. I think there was a lot of finger pointing between mom and dad as to how something like this could happen.
What did the doctors say? What did they term your condition as?
There were lots of terms that they were kind of toying around with. There was the bovine sapien, the cow sapien, the cowboy. Just several things. Nobody really knew exactly what to call it. I mean, what do you call a condition like this? I'm half cow.
So tell me about childhood. What was it like growing up?
It was tough. There's nowhere to really fit in, and there's so much there for kids to make fun of, to poke and prod. It's endless, and it's hard to find a group to really fit in with.
So you were branded as a freak.
Yes, from the get-go. Yeah.
So what did you have to face in your life that other kids never really had to experience? What were your challenges?
I had a lot of the same challenges. I think even more so in the fact that some kids only have to deal with certain things. I pretty much had to deal with everything. That was horrible. But I mean, I went through the normal stuff that any normal kid goes through. I mean, the rebellion. Yeah, I kind of fell in with a different crowd, obviously, and I experimented with drugs and alcohol. The problem with alcohol was it would curdle my milk, and the drugs were just all around bad. I even went as far as to get my udder pierced. I mean, you've seen that, and my parents didn't appreciate that at all. They pretty much freaked out about that. Am I black with white spots, or am I black with white spots? I didn't really fit into a group there. I tried to go with the the more ethnic side of things. That never really worked out. you know, for groups to hang out with. There was never really anybody that I could identify with, or even more so could identify with me. The Young Farmers of America kind of embraced me. I was great as a center. I did take a few guys to get through me, but then they found my weakness, which was hitting me from the side. That was short-lived, and had a lot of fun. I was able to pledge to a fraternity. That was pretty cool. Obviously, the titles and the branding were kind of bothering, but it wasn't that it was directed towards me. I mean, it was in general. So in actuality, things that used to bother me were now kind of part of the crowd. So that wasn't so bad. It wasn't up until a really big frat party I was at when everybody got drunk and they tried to tip me over while I was asleep. That was kind of when college went downhill. And after that, I felt like all these people that I was really close to, that it was all an act, and so I left, and that was it for college. I'd say the biggest thing is don't ever give up. Push yourself. Don't get caught up with how people react to you. Get out there and experience life. Once I kind of let go of how I felt about people feeling about me or how they saw me, I was able to really experience a lot. I got to spend some time on the New York Strip. I got to go to England and meet Sirloin. I got to just experience so many wonderful things. I got to start working out and really getting lean, kind of trimming off that extra beef. Became more proud of myself, and I quit chewing cud. That helped out a lot. And just, you know, I realized I'm never going to find my place in the world. I was able to work hard and get on a fire department, which is great. The guys there, you know, they're with me 100%. Sometimes it's a little strange when you get a little closer to the flames, and the guys kind of start looking at me, you know, like dinner's ready, the barbecue sauce comes out. That's awkward. But I think the thing to take from it all is to live life to its fullest, to find your place in the big field of life. Lay your problems out to pasture, and just to really, in the end, just to milk life for all it's worth.
I wouldn't call him defects. He doesn't. Once you get to know him, you won't die. This is a story about courage and encouragement, about knowing who you are and being able to present yourself to the world like my brother. This is his tale.